Remember that the asymptote, they combined the whole thing after we already separated the y minus k, x minus h. They combined it all, but you're going to use the slope to help you get there. So the first one, lay these things out. That's the best way to find out the only way right now to find out who's the major axis. So you can find the center off of this. Take the average of either one. You have vertices and foci. Remember, you technically don't have a covertice on this one. We need the covertice when we're graphing this to make the box, but we technically don't call it a covertice. We treat it like a covertice, like you would with the ellipse. And then you find the missing b, and you don't even have to give me b, you just have to give me b squared. You can stop at the b squared, and you're fine with that. So somehow this is missing a b squared. So if you just stopped at b squared, you'd be fine. And the center was at 0, 0. So in case anybody missed this part, or you can't remember this part. Okay. Again, you're given the vertices, so you determine from the vertices what the center is. You determine that the x-axis is the major axis. So you're going to use the x minus h guy. You're going to use this first one. And remember, a is always going to come first in this, because it matters in subtract who comes first. So this is going to be your a squared. This is going to be your b squared. Okay, so now use this as your slope. Slope is the change in y over the change in x. So underneath the y is 5 squared. Underneath the x is 1 squared. Easiest way to do this. It's underneath the x is your a right now. Underneath the y is your b. But instead of going the b and the a, just go change in y over change in x. Everybody okay with this? Remember this from last week? I think some of you even might have finished this in class, so it's probably been 4 days. The next one is the same way, except for the fact that it's built on the, I'll get both of these at the same time, hopefully. It's built on the fact that it goes the opposite way now, where your y is the major axis. But it's built the same way. Use your slope, change in y over change in x. So underneath the y is your 4, underneath the x is your 1 for now. Whoops. Oh, no, this one we had to do together. We weren't given anything else. We weren't given anything else, so we had to do this one together. We did this one together. This one was the weird one. We weren't given enough information. And last, don't leave it in a complex fraction mode. Just flip it over so that it's not a complex fraction. You need to leave it like this when you're finding your a squared and b squared. But flip it out of a complex fraction. Center is off, it's off-centered, so your vertices are different and your foci are different. Find the center, and find A, find whatever pieces you can find. Use the c squared equals a squared plus b squared, it's like Pythagoras. You just need your b squared, so you're fine with just your b squared. Good. Questions? Stop me if you have any questions. Again, it's off-centered again. If it helps, draw a translated axis. You can see where your major axis goes. Find your A, B, and C. An easy way to remember, the top is squared, so is the bottom squared. The denominator squared as well as the numerator. Here's a passes through. Passes through takes a little bit more work. Right here. You can fill in up to here so far. And then you're going to fill in your x and your y. Your x and your y is 5, your x is 0, and you're going to find the value of b squared. And all you really need is just your b squared. And then flip it over. Questions? Find a common denominator in your fraction. Multiply it through. I just reduced those down. 36 over 16 can be reduced. So I showed you it does use 36 over 16, then just reduce it down. Reduce it before you put it out there, whichever you find easier. And last one. Again, use your slope for this guy. Take the easier one, use your slope, and find your b.